Thank you, Luke. I was told if I came here that it was Luc Besson who was introducing me, and I get to star in Les Professional 2 and have an inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old Natalie Portman. So that's the only reason I came. I'm just joking. First of all, too much wine, sorry. I'd like to thank the Austin Film Society for inviting me to participate in the Texas Film Awards. This is my first time here. And the good news is that I didn't tell them I was Jewish, so I'm the first Jew on stage in Texas. In all seriousness, tonight I actually have the honor and pleasure of introducing a very special and talented woman. A woman whose career, in only a few years, has included dozens of top films, numerous industry awards, and a heavy supporter of very important charitable causes. And speaking of charitable causes, as many of you probably know, all proceeds from tonight's gala go to support the Austin Film Society grants and education programs. So since its inception in 1996, the Austin Film Festival, or Austin Film Society, has given over $1.3 million in grants to Texas artists. So it's only appropriate that this award is going to a local and my friend Amber. As the head of what we like to call a new studio and content engine, because there's no longer film studios, even though film studio heads like to say they're still film studio heads, we're not. But I couldn't be more pleased to lend my support to an organization that is dedicated to discovering, nurturing, and funding the next generations of filmmakers in Texas. As such, it is my pleasure to introduce an extremely talented actor and a very good friend, someone who grew up right here in Austin and will, without question, continue to be a force to be reckoned with in this business. I promise you, as I told her parents tonight, she's going to be one of the most important actresses of our time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I've been fortunate enough to work with Amber Heard both on our films and on charitable endeavors. Her commitment and passion to both film and charitable endeavors are real, deep, and unparalleled. She does it with her heart, and she gives everything she has. Having worked together now on 4 films over the past 6 years, including Pineapple Express, Zombieland, which we produced and co-financed, Paranoia, which we distributed, and most recently on our movie 3 Days to Kill. If you haven't seen 3 Days to Kill, it was directed by Mick G., a script by Luc Besson, which is why I thought I was here. 3 Days to Kill tells the story of a dying CIA operative, played by Kevin Costner, who wants to reunite with his estranged daughter. But to do so, he has to agree to one last assignment for the agency, which is run by Amber. As everyone knows who's seen the film, and for those of you who don't, you should see the film. Thank you. Amber was amazing in the role of a shy CIA analyst who transforms herself into a very sexy, powerful spy. Obviously, the hardest part of this, and I know you all agree, is the makeup and special effects we need to do to make her look sexy. Having now spent time with Amber, both on set and in charitable endeavors like the Art of Elysium, a charity of which I serve as the chairman, I can say with firsthand experience, she is insanely creative, she is wickedly smart, she is hardworking, and she's a consummate professional. She is also one of the most genuine and fun people to be around. She lights up every room, whether it's in a hospital with kids in need or after 20 hours in a freezing set in Paris. She is the beacon of light. And her career proves that. In barely a decade, Amber has been cast in nearly 36 films and television shows and firmly established herself as an actress of tremendous ability and on-screen charisma. And I think we'd all agree with that. I and we at Relativity first got a sense of Amber's many talents when she was still a teenager and appearing in the first films we saw her in, such as Friday Night Lights and Alpha Dog and All the Boys Love Mandy Lane and the, of course, Oscar-nominated North Country. Even then, it was clear that she was a magnetic performer. And after a few years, I saw that she could do comedy with the best of them when we cast her opposite Seth Rogen and James Franco in Pineapple Express, for which she also received a Young Hollywood Award. And again next year in Zombieland, opposite Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray. So her most recent films, in case you don't know, I think we all probably know, but include The Rum Diaries, opposite Johnny Depp, Drive Angry, opposite Nicolas Cage, and on our own movie, which we distributed, Paranoia, opposite Liam Hemsworth. Some of the best actors in the business, and of course, she held her own. And last year, she starred as Miss San Antonio in the action comedy Machete Kills, directed by native son Robert Rodriguez. Amber's interests as a filmmaker extend beyond the camera and behind the camera as well. She co-produced the 2010 independent film And Soon the Darkness, in which she also starred. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Next up for Amber is London Fields, in which she plays a beautiful clairvoyant who has a dark premonition of her impending murder. When she's not on set, as we talked about a moment ago, Amber is passionate about a number of causes and active in many philanthropic organizations, including Amnesty and Art of Elysium. Without further ado, it is my honor, my pleasure, to present a friend, an amazing actor, a passionate philanthropist, and a burgeoning filmmaker, Amber Heard, with the Rising Star Award.